This is No Frills ASMR. I have been on a little journey today, thinking about all the supplements I have bought in my day, but especially more recently, about the last 20 years, since my husband has some health issues. And I've wondered how many of those are just complete snake oil BS stuff. And so I have a few here I thought we could look at and see what you guys think. But part of this thought journey springs from last night. I watched a documentary. It's like a 1 hour TV show documentary. It's on this, I can't quite think of the name of it, but it's like they usually do sports documentaries. And this one they did was, I wouldn't say sports, but it was this guy, Brian Johnson, who is known as the Liver King. And I had heard about him from my sons. And I think I had heard Joe Rogan kind of talk about him at some point. But he was one of those guys who really cashed in on and fed off of the whole, what started as paleo movement, and then to be more extreme and to get more attention, he was full carnivore. And I'll be honest, the documentary, it's okay. It's pretty good. It's only like an hour and 15, but it's a little like, I have questions that I wish were answered during the documentary. But I think you might like it. You might like to watch it, although it's kind of disgusting. There are moments where you're like, ugh, gross. But he eats raw meat and really big into like raw testicles and raw liver. And he's trying to make his son and his wife eat that. And they all kind of pretend to be in it, although you can tell the sons are like totally like, we're going to our friend's house later and eating Coke and Oreos. But okay, Dad. And the wife is eating testicle, and you can tell she does not like that very much. Anyway, he's a huge bodybuilder, and he claims there are these 9 tenets, and they're like, being outdoors and getting sunshine and family time and exercise, and I'm trying to remember what they all are. Anyway, eating raw meat was one of them. I forget the others. But basically, they're for the most part going to be good for you. They're going to be healthy. If you do them, you'll probably feel pretty good. But the raw meat's just an aside. You know what I mean? Like, you'll feel good if you eat healthy foods and do all these things. You don't need to do that part. But his claim was that by doing that, it made him huge and built and blah, blah, blah. And then it came out he was on a lot of growth hormone, like $12,000 of, I forget what they said. It was a month or a week or what, of growth hormone. And that's what made him huge, humongous. And then he came back at the end and he's like, well, now I feel I was starving myself and I eat vegetables and now I'm opening a farm. And so now he's going to cash in on this other thing. But it kind of made me mad because his claim was his kids were sick until they ate this way and now they're healthy. And they never went back and asked, like, well, were you also lying about your kids being sick? Because I have a feeling he was. Because his kids looked like just regular kids. I don't know. They looked like kids. And he claimed he was so scrawny that he was picked on. I would have asked, like, was that made up? Like, I think everything was made up. Not just I took hormones. And the thing was, he lied about it. He told everybody, no, I don't take steroids. I don't take, whatever. Anyway, that's all to say. Snake oil salesman. And like all these, like we talked about with MLMs, anyone who's trying to sell you something, you can't believe them. Like, I don't care how nice they seem. Like, there was a girl, I used to do her workouts. Her name was M, but she was always selling stuff all the time. So how can I believe you really believe in the product if you're selling it? Because maybe you're just selling me the I don't know. But 90% of what she said kind of worked and was good. Anyway, all right, so I have a huge Tupperware full of supplements, and I have a bag, and I think some of them are probably okay, and some of them are probably trash, and a lot of them are probably expired. And I have thrown away more than I have here because they expired or they caused side effects of some sort that I didn't like, or I just decided they were garbage, or I read a report saying that they're totally unhealthy for you to take. So this is kind of embarrassing, honestly, because I look at this and go, what? Like, I have multiple containers of this Inozyme. And this I bought because they said it might help with an issue my husband has, but it's supposed to be for optimal energy and muscle support. And I forced the poor man to take this for a long time. But look, it expired in, it expired in 14. I think I should get rid of these. But they had some deal where if you bought like 10 bottles, then you got a better price or something. And so I did that at the time. And I thought at first maybe it helped him, but probably his condition, it's like MS or a lot of conditions, psoriasis, where it can get worse and then kind of get better and get worse and get better. So it's hard to ever say if any one thing is really helping or if it's, now what he's doing right now is sort of sustained him more. So I kind of do believe in what he has taken right now. But this can go in the garbage. But look, I bet these were $12 a bottle, and I think I went through a lot of that. Oh, and the other thing is, around the time I was buying these, I think, there was a report on, I think it was 60 Minutes or 2020 or one of those, that these supplements on Amazon, they are regulated in the sense that food is regulated. Supplements, I mean. But they weren't very well right. And they were opening up supplements, and there were other pills in there. They tested them. There was all kinds of random stuff. Some of them that were meant for like men's. They had like Viagra crushed up in them and stuff. And then after that, I think Amazon started to try to get a little more strict about who could ship them the medicines to send, not medicines, but supplements, because they were just coming from anywhere. But I don't really think they're that strict. So if you ever order anything, at least try to look for it to come from the manufacturer. But I'm telling you, the way it works, sometimes you think you're ordering from the manufacturer, and then you look and it came from like a third-party seller. And that can just be Joe Blow's shop, which is their house, where they can just fill this with powdered sugar or whatever. I mean, I don't trust it. Okay, hold on, let me put that in. All right, here's one, L-lysine. This one, yeah, another thing that was supposed to possibly help for some reason. I don't know. I do think I gave this to my kitty cat for a while for some reason, if I remember correctly. It expired in 2016. I think I can get rid of that one. But part of why these are regulated as food, it had to do with, I have looked, it's like, there was a group called the John Birch. Actually, I have this here because I looked it up, but this doesn't really talk about it. But it's the, I was trying to remember this, John Birch Society, a conservative organization prominent in the 1950s and 60s. The society was particularly concerned with the dangers of communism, and its views were considered extreme by most Americans. But they ended up getting very much into supplements and medical freedom. and they're still around. I think there's still Birchers around, but it's all about, they use the words like communism or fascism or socialism, whatever is the ism, and they are all about medical freedom, which sounds good, but it's complicated. It's like everything, you guys, because they're kind of working against big pharma having too much control. And unfortunately, big pharma a lot of times does sketchy stuff. We all know that. And their prices are sketchy for reasons I don't know. But without any, and I do want to be able to buy a supplement if I want to try it. But without any, if they're just not keeping an eye on them at all, you don't know what you're getting either. And anybody can, they have to be a little bit careful about the claims they make, because but they can say an awful lot and get away with it. So, I don't know. What else do we have here? Fleximin. Okay, this was something I think my father-in-law said would help my knee at some point. And it's got I forget how you say that, and hyaluronic acid, which would have been an early use of that, I think. And so this one expired in 2010. Oh my God. I think that can go in the garbage. I told you some of these. Oh, Lord. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Here's a list back in early days of what I had tried to put my husband on because I was going to cure him. He was on lysine 2 plus vitamin C, SAM-E, which is this one, which is supposed to do something, promotes joint strength, liver detoxification, mood, and brain function. This is from 2019. Okay. Equilibrium. Yeah, okay. I have that in here. I think that all expired, but that was by a Dr. Chia, and it was like oxymetrine, and some other things. So you take 2 or 3. No, it's random. This is in the AM, my friends. And then olive leaf, which is supposed to be like antiviral or something. You take 2. Inosine, which I just showed you, you take 2. Oregano, you take 1. Don't follow this. This is not recommendations. I'm just telling you. Alpha lipoic acid, fish oil, B12, vitamin D, minerals, potassium. That was his morning. This poor man, I put him through so much. Midday, lysine again, olive leaf again, equilibrium again, inosine again. And then at night, lysine plus vitamin C, olive leaf, equilibrium, again, inosine, oregano, vitamin D, and fish oil. This is how sick he was. He was literally bedridden for months after getting very, very sick, like with a fever. And no doctor we went to every doctor for years. And so I just started looking stuff up, and so he was taking all this. And I'll tell you, after many years of doing fasts and diets and supplements, and someday I'll go into it, I finally was like, this is all much BS. Okay. What else do we have in here? Artichoke extract promotes fat digestion and metabolism. That's probably something I got for myself. I don't know. I don't have any recollection of this. Expired in 17. Yeah, that's probably some diet thing I was trying. What else? Melatonin. Yeah, I don't like melatonin very much. It actually gives me, I don't know. I'm not big on it. I've been sleeping pretty good anyway. Niacin. Yeah, I tried to make him take this because somebody said something about it. I don't know. And he got that niacin flush, and he was like, he didn't like that. He got irritated with me on that one. I was like, okay, you don't have to take it. It's funny, I don't see the day. Oh, here we go. 2014. What else we have? Milk thistle. Isn't this one supposed to be like a liver function? I think there was a moment there where people were like, it's probably your liver. And so I was trying to do liver stuff. But he's like got a fully healthy liver. He doesn't drink. He's very healthy. I don't know. Anyway, it was like, oh, that's part of that, detoxification bullshit. Okay. Malic acid. I don't remember, but there was some reason that was going to be good. I don't know. More melatonin. This was a mistake. I don't know. I accidentally ordered this. This is magnesium, but it had lavender and lemon balm. I don't think you should ingest that anyway. I wasn't comfortable taking it. I don't know. That's whatever. Vitamin B1. I don't know. Oh, more anisine. More melatonin. Licorice root. Yeah. This was something he took for a while that I forced. But if you take too much, you can get really high blood pressure. I found out. You have to be very careful with that. 2019. We already looked at some of that. Potassium. Yeah. 2016 it expired. I guess this whole thing's all expired, so expired. Coenzymated B2. That sounds good. Don't know. 2019, another B2. Ah, yes. Ashwagandha. I have some of this, and then I saw some in my son's room. So this is something people are still recommending, I guess. But I think we had some kind of side effects, and I don't remember what, because I think I took it too. 2019. So, yeah. Okay. The rest of these are all. I accidentally bought this. I didn't mean to get the PM, so it's just sitting here. But 2020, I'll just throw that away. Okay, let's look over here. Ubiquinol. Yeah, I think my husband's actually taking this right now. And I think it's for macular degeneration. I think that's what you take that for. I can't take it because it makes my stomach sick. And I have a theory it's something to do with the red on these pills. What do they use for red? You'd think it would be like beet juice or something. Other polysorbate, gelatin, glycerin, sorbitol, purified water, annatto. I wonder if whatever that red is, I feel like whenever I take a red pill, I get sick. NAC sustain. I bought this recently because of something that I don't recall. Do they say quick and sustained? See now, supports liver function, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think because he does take some like prescription antivirals that I worry could affect his liver. So I guess that's why I probably got that. What is this? Vitamin D3. Look at how many. 10,000. Oh, is this a safe amount to take? I don't know. Do I take it? Sometimes. So I have the 10,000 because in the winter there's no sun. I'm not getting sun. But I take sometimes in the winter. Sometimes for multiple days or a month. But I do get my vitamin D tested. And I'm always low. DHEA. I think this is supposed to make like women of a certain age like mine feel like a little more randy. But and it's also supposed to help with just like energy and stuff once you hit menopause. I don't know if it works, and I don't know what's in here because I ordered it on Amazon. But it seems like I should probably take one. You want to see my water bottle? I'm so classy. So classy. Papaya and pineapple enzymes. I got this when I was doing. Hold on one second. I need another sip of water. I think I had this when I was on the paleo thing a couple years ago. How old is this? 2019. Yeah. Because it was supposed to help, I don't know, digest stuff. I don't know. Extended release melatonin. Now, I don't take melatonin, but if I did, I think this extended release, I should take this and try it with my dad, because what he does is he falls asleep easily, but he wakes up at, too early. And I wonder if this extended release might help him sleep through the night a little better. I don't know. How old is this? 2022. Expired. Cordyceps. Okay, these are supposed to help your immune system and I think your brain or something. I think I got them thinking it might help my brain. And let's see, 2019. Boy, I feel like it was just yesterday I ordered these. But again, I got them from Amazon, so who knows what's in there. I guess I could get rid of them probably. Vitamin D3, 1000 IU for when I give it to my son. Calcium. I know I probably should take this. I never do. This was actually at my father-in-law's house. And I just, after he died, I took it home with me because I thought I might take them, but I really don't. When did it expire? 2019. Guess I should get rid of it. Vitamin K2. You're supposed to take this with D3. But I eat a lot of foods that have K2, so I don't worry too much about it. This one expired in 4/20. Good grief. Everything I own is expired. This is D3, 2000 IU. I take that sometimes. I think D is this is like the one thing I truly, truly believe makes a difference if you're low, which I am always low, and so is my son. And honestly, we gotta take it. It makes a huge difference to me. Taurine. Healthy visual function. Yeah, I got this not that long ago, I think. What's the expiration? 2026. Now, I can't remember exactly. I don't remember exactly what the reason was. But I just read an article today that I didn't read it very carefully. I'm just reading the headline. I'm just telling you the headline. That taurine might not cause, but if you have like a blood cancer, it can make it proliferate more in mice studies. And that's kind of scary. And they said, and it's in all the energy drinks and everything, and people are taking a lot of it. A lot. So I think I'm just going to not take that. This is just the B6 folic acid. Yeah, see, this is folate, so I like it that it's the folate. I occasionally take these. I don't remember every day, but I try to. I like a little B vitamin here and there. CBD oil. Yeah, I experimented with this for my husband. He has a lot of pain, and it did not do anything as far as I could tell. And it was $50 for this little bottle of 30 soft gels back in the day, like $50. It expired in 2021. I think it's empty. Oh no. No, there's some in there, so what a waste that is. Waste. This I bought recently after doing a video on protein. People said, you got to take creatine. Or no, I was doing it on weightlifting. I was talking about weightlifting. And people said I should try creatine. And I looked it up and I was like, yeah, maybe I should try that. Because you can sell me anything. And I read the reviews and I know better. I know the reviews are fake, half of them. I know that, and I still fall for it. Anyway. And I told my son I got it because he lifts weights, and he's like, you shouldn't have bought that. I was like, well, I'll just try it. I took it for like 4 days and had a headache and could not sleep all 4 days. And then I stopped taking it, and I took it one more time and had the same effect. So I don't know about this. And, maybe it's the maker. I don't know. And they're pretty big pills. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I bought too high a dose. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. What is this? Men's vitamin. I think I just got this thinking my kids or somebody take it, but they don't like the smell. So I take it sometimes, even though it's full of these herbs that are, I think, good for like dude stuff, but whatever. What's this? Pure magnesium. A friend gave this to me because she didn't like it. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And when I think of it, if I see it, sometimes I take it. I don't think it's like the best form of magnesium. I don't know. If anyone knows, I don't know. And I don't even know if magnesium's that necessary. I don't. They keep saying it is. This one my husband takes for his vision, and I would too. But again, it's these red pills. Something about the red makes me sick. Like literally, like throwing up type feeling sick. And it's paprika and marigold. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's psychological. I don't know. This Procera. This actually was also left at my father-in-law's estate after he died. And there were a couple bottles, so I just grabbed them because it's supposed to be for memory, focus, and mental clarity. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. It has lion's mane, bacopa leaf, I don't know what that is, ashwagandha, pine bark, and black pepper. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice any different. This brain savior my mom bought for my dad to try. And she bought you get a deal when you buy more of it. But he didn't like the smell, I think, and didn't want to take it. I'll tell you, it smells better than this. It kind of just smells like chalk, Play-Doh. I don't know, not Play-Doh, but something. It doesn't really smell like much. B6, folate, B12. So I think that's the main deal, is it's full of B vitamins. And then it has, a couple other things that are actually in here. So there must be something. Pine bark, L-theanine, and that's in green tea, I think. So I don't know. So my dad was like not taking it, and she had a bunch of bottles. She's like, go ahead and take one. So I did, but I haven't taken it. GABA. Now this is supposed to work kind of like Xanax. I don't know that it does, but that's what they say. That's what people say. So I picked it up, and it must have done something because there isn't a ton left in here. But I don't know, when does it expire? 7/22. Okay. Pure tart cherry juice. Yeah, I don't really know. This must have been a sample or something, but I do actually drink tart cherry juice. It's supposed to be good for your joints. It's from Michigan, so I like it. But I put it in my smoothie. Natto kinase. This is like natto, like from tofu or something like that. It's like soy natto. But it natto tastes like strange, I think. So I bought these. I don't know why. 11.24. I must have been experimenting with them for something. So as you can see, I have all these things and not one. Well, maybe vitamin D. And maybe the B vitamins, only because in my family there is pernicious anemia is a thing in my family. So I would say these two are the only thing I take. Right, in the winter I'd take vitamin D of some sort every day. This I take when I remember it, and I definitely brought it on the cruise with me and made everybody take. But all this other stuff I have pumped money into because somebody told me it's gonna help something, and I think it's all a bunch of just I don't know. I don't know. I can't recommend any of it. So there you go. So yeah, I don't know if I got anywhere with that, but I guess I'll hang on to some of these though. That I will. And this. And I do have some fish oil in the fridge, but I never. Oh yeah, I guess I did take that, but I don't know what's in that. And I'll hang on to these in case I ever decide to take them. I don't remember why I have them. But I think most of the stuff I'll keep the other D. I'll keep these. Just a multivitamin. Every now and then I feel like I might need that. Alright, I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon. GABA. Alright, I'll keep this. That one might be okay. K2, well, yeah, sometimes you might need that. Cordyceps. Well, I may as well finish.